Dobry wieczór. Racja. Kurde. No to zapomniałem powiedzieć ostatnio, jak mówiliśmy o tym, czy Sasuke umarł, to no on pojawił się w scence po endingu, więc no byłoby zabawnie, gdyby umarł, a potem się pojawił. Jeżeli dobrze rozumiem, zostały nam 2 sezony Jaiby. A to znaczy, że jeżeli po tych 2 sezonach Ufotable znowu wyciągnie jakąś porąbaną serię z dupy i nie zrobi w końcu tego pierwszego roata Stay Nighta, to Ufotable się skończyło. A Stoner jest dziwnie pocięty. Ogólnie te bajki są dziwnie pocięte. Widać po prostu, że nikt nie planował, żeby to były split core'y. Ale się dziwnie playlista ułożyła. A fuck, on jest do kontrowania, a nie parowania. Czerwone światło mam odbić, a nie unikać. Udało się. Death Mode na szczęście nie jest speedcorem, to bardzo dobrze. Okej, jeden odbity, ale drugi nie. Kiedyś może się nauczę. Kurna! A, udało się. Jego się fajnie bajtuje do kontry.
Szukasz sportowego smartwatcha w supercenie? Znajdziesz
Ja
go
niczego
w
nie
Lostbelt.
szukam.
Wybierz nowoczesny smartwatch sport.
Dead? Jest. Drugi też. Moriarty Caster to jest fajna postać. Chyba wprowadzili... Wychodzę, rozglądam się, kitku wyskakuje z krzaków. Kto by się spodziewał? Słychać go było tylko na całej ulicy. O czym ja mówiłem? A, że ten nowy zestaw policjantów był bardzo fajny. To są bardzo postaci w stylu autora. Nowy przeciwnik. Co jest, kurna? Zrobiłem za Tak, zrobiłem za krótki unik, więc nie sparowało. Nic kompletnie nie wiedziałem, go wyrzuciłem za ekran, więc chyba jest dobrze. Kopa literalnie zmiotło z planszy. O fuck. O, udało się. Będzie kolejna fala? Nie, na pewno będzie. Zaczyna się dobrze. Fuck! Kurwa. Już mi się nie chce. Mam jeszcze 11 godzin na to. No to fajnie tam się bawicie w tym Warframe'ie. Okej, w ostatnim odcinku zabiliśmy Gawaina. Dostaliśmy True Name Reveal i w ogóle było fajnie. Nawet spoko walka. Szkoda, że Oberon miał trochę małą synergię z pozostałymi postaciami, ale poza tym było cool. A teraz jakieś kastery chcą się dać. Wow, to było fajne. Percival, wzór cnót, przychodzi i płci na dwa łby, leci krew. Dobrze. Ale to wróżki, więc się nie liczy. Burning down forests, slaughtering helpless fairies. Is this how your queen treats any who defy her? None of you have any right to call yourselves knights. Not one of you. Wow, you just skewered two of them at once. Impressive. Tu. Hop nawet nie wie... Hop chyba nie słyszał o tej... o husarii. Nasu chyba niestety też nie. Szkoda. Czemu nie 3, a czemu nie 5? Jaka była norma w szarży husarskiej do nadziania na jedną pikę? Nie pamiętam. Now I see why they say I've reached the limit of human ability. That said, this isn't like you. What happened to your usual calm? Aren't you supposed to be as big of heart as you are of body? To be both incomparably tough and considerably logical? Yeah, right. I'm a commander. I need to be as calm and collected as I look. Nie no, jeżeli Kastoria też dopiero co się odpaliła w formę alter, to czemu Percival nie miałby się trochę powkurwiać? Nawet Oberon się wkurwił. Wszyscy się wkurwili. Thank you for snapping me out of my rage, Muramasa. I don't see any more of the Queen's soldiers here. Gareth and I should be able to handle the search for survivors, so why don't you go help Artoria? A, to się wydarzyło. Ale to było zarąbiste. Największy MVP wczoraj poza Chloe to był Muramasa, który po prostu w trakcie walki zespawnował się znikąd, strzelił bąka tej Vargestowi i se poszedł. You've been worried about her all this time, right? It's written all over your face. Teleports behind you. Teleports above you. Is it? Well, you know, she has a tendency to let her feelings get the best of her sometimes, right? And while Marcisław's got a good handle on his feelings now, he's still just a kid. Someone's gotta make sure those two don't get into trouble. Might as well be an old man like me. Come now, you don't look anything like an old man. Anyway, thank you for watching out for them. Sure thing. You can be pretty perceptive sometimes, huh? There's no one here, Percival. No fairies from the forest, no soldiers of the Queen's army, they are all gone. W sumie voice aktorka Garetha ma dziś urodziny. Dziś albo wczoraj, albo jutro. Linia zmiany daty jest problematyczna. So it would seem, damn it, we were too late to stop them. Come on, let's head circle west toward where Artoria's group was headed. Maybe we will find some survivors along the way. Ja wam powiem coś lepszego. Żaden. Absolutnie żaden. Muramasa? To w ogóle był screen z Maszl. W Maszl w pierwszym odcinku Hagrid przyszedł i powiedział: O małe łamo Shindeiru. I can't come this far without saving at least one person. I just can't. Percival. Huh? Ah. Look out, there's someone behind you. A wy tam foreshadowowaliście to. A, o to wam chodziło. Behind me? I don't see anyone and I don't sense... There really was someone there? How did you see them, Gareth? That's amazing. I didn't see them exactly, I just saw that you would be in trouble. No, wait. There's something unnatural over there. It's a mirror. They are hiding behind a mirror, reflecting the surroundings. Ej, jaka jest szansa, że Gareth jest z klanu Lustra? Bo na klan Kła nie wygląda. Już na pewno Radio Harasiaisty. No to czekaj. Nie mam pod ręką żadnej cegły. Ah, they just ran off into those trees. They are trying to escape. Get them, Percival. Leave it to me. Percy, bierz go! I can't believe you destroyed my mirror camouflage. In all my years as an assassin knight. Ale gra powiedziała, że będziemy walczyć z Casterem. I, poor Toon, have never made such a careless mistake. Ej, Assassin Knight ma końską mordę. Czy to jest Platinum? But then I've not worked in 200 years. I didn't fail. I'm just a bit rusty. Still, I cannot believe a fairy saw through my camouflage like that. I had better kill you, girl. I can't have you getting so lucky twice. Oh no, you don't, you coward. Help me out here, Gareth. I need you to be my eyes. Tell me where he is. You got it. I will do my very best. W Arknightsach w Kazimierzu. O chuj, zniewidzialnił się. Widać go troszkę, ale bitrate na nagraniu pewnie jest taki zarąbisty, że go nie widać. Co on tam ma? Reduce attack damage taken to 0. Aha, rozumiem, jak mam to robić. Ja już wszystko wiem. Mam najpierw go zamarkować Garethem, a potem napierdalać Parsifielem.
はい。
狙うぞー。突進です。
レッツバック。
Mało która mobilka potrafi zrobić coś takiego.
結構素早いので。
お待ちいいですとも。
突進です。
先行。
Jaki Virgil. Kurwa.
逆行よ。導きを。はい、いいですとも。レッツバック。
To jest coś, co w Arknightsach nie ma szansy przejścia. W Princess Connectie to jest auto battler, więc już kompletnie. Toho Lost World też by się na tym wyjebało, bo nie możesz kolejkować ataków tak, jakbyś chciał.
Kiss, パーシバル、参ります。
あっち。
いいですとも。
まっすぐ。
Wszystko przez to, że odpalił to cholerny aż of Orkney. Skubany se NP doładował.
いいですとも。
突進です。
レッツバック。
狙うぞ。狙うぞ。
はい
まっすぐ。
レッツバック。先行。円卓軍を預かる者として先陣を切る。
そっち。
Szkoda, że większość jego skilli zwiększa mu...
お任せください。いいですとも。
突進です。
先行。
Zwiększa mu NP. Bo nie może go używać.
狙うぞ。あっち。
お任せください。
まっすぐ。行けー。
防御陣形
結構器用なので自分でもよくわからないのですが
おまはい
参ります。
レッツファイ
Ten debuff jest ważny.
ト逆行よ導きを
狙うまっすぐいけーこれでどうなり私だけこれくらい
およ
結構頑丈なので狙うぞ、
はいお任せください
ほいほい。
突進です。
皆さんとてもお強い私もまだまだ修行をしなくてはですね
Jak to taka jedna postać mówi w Toho Lost Worldzie, chuj chuj. Żeby nie było, że kłamie.
ほいよほいほいほほいのほい
Tak było. Tak jest. What was I thinking? The way things are going, my defeat is all but guaranteed. Damn it, of all the luck, why did I have to run into the one fairy in the world who can see me? He's getting away, Percival, but at least it looks like he can't turn invisible anymore. He's a real pain, alright. We should take him out now before... I can't believe my eyes. What's Proud Knight doing in a penal colony like this? Aren't you supposed to be in Londinium right now? Ej, to poprzednie zdanie to tak bardzo goticzek. No wonder Her Majesty doesn't see the Round Table Army as a threat. You just entirely lack the mindset necessary for victory. You really are pathetically naive, Percival. You are... Lancelot, the strongest fairy knight in Britain. No to jednego zabiliśmy, to mogę pozmieniać trochę w planach i drugiemu też skopać mordę. Albo nie, bo gra mówi no battle. O, ogień dogasa. We did it! Jak to mówi Neko Ark? Gdzie ja to mam? Gdzie ja to mam?
ウェーブ行くぞ友よ今復讐の時ゴートキャーッと
There, how do you like that, huh? It's been a long time coming. A to już słyszałem. Jeżeli to jest to w AI zrobione te rapsy, to już słyszałem. Jest obrzydliwe, kocham to. Don't you talk down to me, weakling. You would never have won without Avalon, Muramasa and the foreign mage, Marcisław's help. I know, but still. Bargest. You might have one knee on the ground, but I can tell you still have strength to spare. Czyli co, będziemy walczyć z jej trzecią formą? No trochę głupio, że widzimy ją tylko w jednej formie przez cały ten Lostbelt. Jak pozostałe są bardziej sexy. We could keep fighting if you like, but do you really want to continue until we are all dead? You included? I've talked to you a few times now. Obviously, that doesn't give me a complete understanding of who you are. But I know you well enough now to know that you are willing to listen to anyone you see as strong. Which is why I want to talk to you about something now. You are an awfully chatty servant, aren't you? Very well, what do you have to say? Kalia does not consider Britain our enemy. We have no intention of attacking it. Now that its tree of emptiness is gone, it's only a matter of time until it disappears anyway. But until it does, we think that the fairies who call it home should decide what happens to it. Britain is going to disappear? Ridiculous. A! Słuchajcie, bo ja dzisiaj byłem w sklepie. Rzadko się to zdarza. No, nie takim normalnym, tak sobie połaziłem po sklepach. Zrobiłem, jak to Fairy Night Tristan mówi, shopping. Niektórzy mówią shoppen, ale to z błędem. No, i widziałem dwie ważne rzeczy. Po pierwsze był globus. I ten globus był zjebany. Bo ten globus tak się... Ktoś po prostu wydrukował no, normalną kartkę z mapą Ziemi i nakleił na ten globus i ona tak się zawijała na rogach, że nie było na mapie w ogóle Wielkiej Brytanii. No, piękny był. No, to po pierwsze. Po drugie, była kurtka przeciwdeszczowa. Taka... Miałem 20% baterii, więc bałem się, że coś się stanie. Na przykład się rozładuje. No, do tego była kurtka przeciwdeszczowa, taka z Certified Nasu Moment. Taka, co ją nosiła i Shiki, i Seiba, i Mashu. Mashu miała inny kolor, ale była dokładnie ta żółta, gówniana kurtka przeciwdeszczowa. I kurna, chciałem ją kupić, ale 9 dych dla głupiego mema to trochę dużo, poza tym była odrobinę za krótka. Jakby była trochę dłuższa, tak do kolan, to by była zarąbista. I bym dzisiaj tutaj siedział w kurtce bohatera, kurtce protagonisty. Dobry wieczór. You are making no sense at all. The fact that you are aiding the child of prophecy alone makes you enemies of Fairy Britain. No, mielibyśmy takie piękne rzeczy, gdyby nie to, że jestem sknerą. You are already attacking Britain. You are wrong, Barghest. We are helping the Child of Prophecy save Britain. The real invader here is Morgan. She and Beryl God have no intention of saving you or any other fairy, just like she didn't bother to do anything to help Norwich. Morgan isn't going to do anything to stop the Great Calamity, even if it means letting every single fairy in Britain die. Know why? Because she means to use the Great Calamity to invade our world. But you've already figured that out, haven't you? No matter what reasons Morgan might have for doing this, the fact is, if she gets her way, countless fairies are going to suffer and die. You are right, I can't deny any of that. Then join us, it's not too late for you to... Don't mock me, just because I accept what you are saying is true doesn't mean I've accepted you. If you mistake me for a friend and get too close to me, I will cut you down where you stand. Oh no, she's tsundere. Have you forgotten what I've done here? Mam krótką pamięć. Now, I have a question for you. You claim to be trying to save Britain, yes? But Beryl told us you Chaldeans insist yours is the only way and have destroyed many other worlds. No? Tak, a w czym problem? If that's true, then it must be why you came here in the first place. You say you are not going to attack us because we are already doomed? That's not the same thing as saving us. Let me now ask you this, Marcisław. You may answer as well, wise and fair servant. The Child of Prophecy? I can understand, but why would outsiders like yourselves protect fairies like us? You did so in Norwich, and you tried here today as well, even though you could have just let them die. Well... I saved them because I wanted to. I know their world will be gone soon, but I don't want to let what might happen tomorrow ruin today. Easy there, Gawain. I mean Barghest. It's obvious you don't really want to kill us anymore. Why not call a truce with them? Hell, I'm still technically one of Chaldea's enemies myself. If there's something you really want to do, letting yourself do it isn't such a bad idea. O nie, śmierdzi. Barghest, don't tell me she's turning into a Morse. No, wait, that's not it. What's going on? No niby przeciwnik Chaldei, a w Shimosie tak ładnie zapraszał na morenkę. Name, my name. Don't call me by my name. O nie, zmienia się w protaga hentajca. What in the world? Huh? That night, he's got Barghest in his sights. What the... Buggy, did you really just protect Marcisław? What were you thinking? Why would you try to help me? Are you trying to get yourself killed? I mean... You were aiming for me, weren't you, Portun? What's the meaning of this? A, no to tak jak mówiłem, to są dokładnie ci, to są Armorless Union z Arknightsów. Tylko tutaj są bardziej Armor Union niż Armorless. Don't you take that tone with me, Barghest. I'm the one who's angry here. Not only did you dare to entertain these outsiders' ridiculous notions, you even defended the foreign mage. This is treason. If you wish to prove your innocence and loyalty, now will be your only chance. Kill that human. Go on, it should be easy for you. All you have to do is hold him close and break his neck. I can't do that, not after he tried to help me. I see, then the High Queen's wrath will be swift and mighty. Foolish black dog. Good luck falling asleep tonight. Oh crap, he's getting away. Shouldn't you go after him, Barghest? Mamy swoich ludzi na jego ogonie. Won't you be charged with treason if he makes it back to Camelot? It's alright, I did what I thought was right, nothing more. Should the High Queen choose to punish me for that, then I shall accept my fate as a knight. Traitors lend in your aid to the Child of Prophecy, my mission to eradicate Oberon's home, the Autumn Woods, is complete. I will probably be relieved of my position once I return to Camelot. But that is also proof that Fairy Knight Gawain has been bested in battle. Victory is yours, Round Table. I'm sure the other fairies will be delighted by this news. Oberon. Well, however things turned out, at least the forest is quiet now. And the fact that we managed to beat one of the fairy knights is no small achievement. I'm glad at least one good thing came out of this. Avalon. I think I'd like to be alone for a while. Would you mind heading back without me? I need some time to say goodbye to everyone individually. Okay, we will go on ahead and wait for you at the carriage. Come on, Marcisław, let's give him some space. Yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad you are all okay. Huh? Where's Oberon? I don't see him anywhere. He's going to be a little late, so we are going to spend the night here while we wait for him. What about Percival and Gareth? We are right here. We've been resting up while we waited for you. A nie mieliście czasem na przykład tego kropnąć? Zresztą wyście mieli go killim. Well, we looked everywhere, but I'm afraid there were no survivors. I'm sorry, I couldn't be of more help. Still, you should have seen Percival out there. He chased off Lancelot. A rację, zapomniałem o Lancelocie, że tutaj był. Wow. Lancelot, that bitch was here too? Damn it, now I wish I'd stayed with Percival. I need to pay her back for tossing me into the pit before I leave this Lostbelt. So there were 2 fairy knights here then, and you actually chased Lancelot away? No, I didn't. Gareth is giving me too much credit. The truth is, she basically let us go. As soon as she confirmed that the fire had been put out, she flew off towards Camelot. I'm a human, there's nothing I could have done to strike a dragon fairy like her from the sky. I know what you mean, we've seen Lancelot's incredible mobility for ourselves. She's just as fast and agile in flight as the records I've seen of Enkidu from Babylonia. Eh? I'm sure, she is the most beautiful fairy in all of Fairy Britain after all. That said, even she could only move so fast in the forest, what with all the trees getting in her way. That's the only reason I was able to hold out against her as long as I did. Still, it's impressive you managed to fend her off, even a certain alter ego I know was helpless against her. Do you have any other combat data about her we could use? We basically know nothing about her right now. Did anything stand out to you while you fought? Did she say anything about this atrocity? Well, actually... no, nothing noteworthy. I'm afraid all I could do against her was defend. Right, Gareth? Oni coś kombinują. Yeah, I guess so, but it was still an amazing battle. On a different note, I'm a little worried about Oberon. I'm sure he will get over the shock in time. But bearing that many bodies would have to wear on anyone, maybe I ought to go back and help him? Huh? Why would he bury them? No, because bury the light. Deep within! What do you mean? Why would he bury them? What, do you only cremate bodies here? Either way, we can't just leave the bodies there to rot. We've gotta make a grave then. You really don't know Muramasa? I guess you don't either then, Marcisław. No what? O nie, znowu coś zarąbistego na temat Wielkiej Brytanii. That's right, I don't know how it is with fairies in your world, but here in Britain when we die we just stay how we are. We don't decompose, we don't rot. We change form and then stay there forever. Human bodies rot, so we do cremate those, but fairy bodies are just abandoned to the earth. Look over there, see all those fallen trees? Those are fairies who reached the end of their lives. All of Britain is composed of fairy corpses. To jest tylko trochę niepokojące. No, to co my mieliśmy robić? A no tak, Londyn jest oblegany. I can't believe a proud knight like myself has to flee. This has been one surprise after another. The Child of Prophecy and Foreign Mage were supposed to stay back in Londinium. Lancelot didn't obey her orders, Gawain only burned the forest. No, she's just Barges, the black dog now. I have to report her betrayal to Her Majesty. Under the circumstances, she will understand why I had no choice but to retreat. But the biggest problem is that girl who saw through my camouflage. I should have made her tell me how she did it, but that damn Percival got in my way. Well, no matter. At least I know where to find her. As soon as I've reported back to Her Majesty, I will go to Londinium and... What the... Huh? What is this? What's going on? My legs, they are being eaten away? You, I know you. I recognize that horrible cursed scent. I smelled it during the war against the Moors. No, this can't be. You are supposed to be dead. The High Queen... I have to tell the High Queen. Okay. He dead. Okej. O, przy okazji znowu. Bitches stole Britain. Can't have shit in Manchester. Fragment 6. Gdzie ma panu ukradli? Jesteśmy w Wielkiej Brytanii, czego się spodziewasz? Że jak zostawisz mapę na chwilę, to ci jej nie podpierdolą? A tak na serio to jest retros w przeszłości. Dlaczego mapa jest zarośnięta mgłą? Nie wiem, bo kiedyś Brytania była bardziej mglista. I patrz, ty sobie usunąłeś Lostwarda, a ja dopiero co dropnąłem Zhuge-Liang Tewi. I mam zero pojęcia, jak ją ascendować, bo nie mam więcej tych... nie relikdolów, tylko tych ultra. Zresztą jeszcze, no, czytam se fabułę, a potem czekam na kolejny patch. Fey Era 400, back when Britain's Tree of Emptiness still stood intact and whole. What the fuck is this? Czekaj. Wiesz, o kogo chodzi, ale już nie pamiętasz.
ほほう、面白い現象だね。でも望むところだよ。今回の私自身の体験を通して最低限の召喚仕掛けを完成させられるってことだからね。カッパたちの積年の努力も報われるさ。それにしても召喚酔いとかいうのは意外と起きないもんなんだね。大黒様との思い出、それはいい思い出さ。いや、これって私の記憶なのか。ウサギフ、稲葉の白ウサギ。
Szkoda, że nie jest tak przydatna jak fejtowy Zhuge-Liang.
Daikoku様の薬はよく効くんだ。月の薬なんかとは大違いさ。シャクフ、大名持様の薬。
To jest ten Lostbelt, w którym Kongming zamiast imprezować i chlać wódę, jest największym wrzodem na dupie w okolicy.
Wani da usagi da 言い争っても拉致があかん。そこに並びなよ、数えてやる。ししワニの背100連飛び。
Oh my fucking god, it's a motherfucking Hokusai reference.
おっと失礼。私は稲葉テイ。反乱軍の軍師にして作詞。具作
To
詞
też
テイ。
niedawno w końcu stwierdziłem, ej, a może sprawdzę jaka jest wymowa i tak Zhuge-Liang się wymawia. Tak, to jest prawda, ale nadal jest zabawnie. Mash was enjoying a peaceful respite with Eisk and Totorot at their forest camp. Najważniejsze, żeby przynajmniej w jednym z żeby jakkolwiek brzmiało to mniej więcej poprawnie. Though still bewildered by how simultaneously similar and different her surroundings were, she told her new companions everything she could about her experiences in Fairy Britain. Maszu, nie rób tego! Ile jest serwantów z okresu Trzech Królestw? Lubu, Zhuge-Liang, Somai, ten Chengong, Zhan Yu jest chyba troszeczkę sprzed tego okresu, co nie? A to jest bardzo sporne. To jest bardzo sporne. Nie potrafiłem dojść do konsensusu, jak się wymawia. Ostatecznie jak przekleiłem chińskie znaczki z Wikipedii, wrzuciłem je do Google Tłumacza i kazałem przeczytać, to mi przeczytał Simai. Co tam jeszcze? Ja muszę sobie odpalić listę. Chodzi mi o tego drugiego, tego przez X. Co jest? Powstania przeciwko dynastii Qin. No to trochę wcześniej. Trochę wcześniej. No to nieważne. Kogo ja jeszcze mogę zapominać? Lanlin Wang też jest dużo wcześniejszą postacią. Ten Zhang Zhuo? To jest wczesny okres tych Trzech Królestw, ale te żółte turbany też się liczą, więc no on. Dostaniemy go za pół roku. No to dużo za wcześnie. To prolog Avalonu są. Chin Lian Yu też to dużo wcześniejszy okres. Jedę teraz po liście, sprawdzam, kto tam jeszcze mi z głowy mógł wylecieć. O, Red Hair. Postaci z Margin of Water, to nie. Rebeliank to już było. Chengong mówiłem. Zhang Zhuo to powiedziałem. Wu Zetian to też dużo wcześniejszy okres. A zróbmy tak. Chyba będą wszystkie. Chyba. No. W Avengerach już raczej nikogo, Mooncancerach tym bardziej, Alter Ego? A, nie. Trzech Królestwa, nie po prostu chińskie. Żufu to jest dynastia Qin. Nope. Nie jest ich aż tak dużo, jakby się mogło wydawać, patrząc na to, jak to popularny okres. So that's everything I know about the Isle of Britain, the land of the Fae. Does that help? Ask, is there something wrong with her? Don't be rude, Totorot. She isn't lying, she's telling us about the distant future. So, in the future, this place is called Fairy Britain. A queen named Morgan unifies all the clans. And there's figure known as the Child of Prophecy, as well as invaders from proper human history. Z jednej strony trochę że nie ma takich postaci jak, nie wiem, jak on się nazywał? A, Guan Yu. To z jednej strony, bo z drugiej strony oni są kurwa wszędzie. Guan Yu jest wszędzie. Oh, I'm sorry, invaders is too strong a word. Forgive me, I'm still processing everything you've told me. No, it's okay. I can't blame you for thinking of us that way. Anyway, does this mean you believe me about coming here from the future, Ask? It's a lot to take in, but I can mostly tell you are being honest about it all. Nie dość, że jest Saberface, to ona jeszcze wygląda identycznie jak Artoria Caster. Zupełnie jakby to była jakaś reinkarnacja czy coś. Part of me doesn't want to believe it, especially regarding the Child of Prophecy. You said she is the Savior reborn? The next fairy destined to save Britain? If there's such a person in the future, that means, well, it means I'm going to fail. Yeah, and there's no way Ask gonna fail this time. She's gonna bring peace to Britain, you will see. This Mirror Clan fairy doesn't know what she's talking about. You're right, Totorot. I do have to make sure I succeed this time. You will help me, won't you? This time? You bet I will. I'm always happy to help girls who are doing their best. You said your name's Mash, right? You've got bad luck showing up when you did. If you want my help, you are going to have to wait until I've finished making Ask happy. That's fine. Thank you, Totorot. I know I can count on you. Mash, if you don't have anywhere else to go, you can stay with us. But if you do, I'd like you to promise me one thing. If you want to return to your own time, you shouldn't say anything else about the future. Alright, is that because intervening in the past could end up changing the future? To nie do końca tak działa w tym uniwersum, ale niech wam będzie. Something like that. I doubt anything you say or do here will have any effect on the era of the High Queen. But there could be fairies here in the Fey era, where the Tree of Emptiness is still intact. Those destinies could end up warped. Huh? So nothing I do here will have any effect on the era of the High Queen? What do you mean by that? Hold it, Mash. That's getting into the future again, right? Oh, right, of course. I shouldn't even be talking about the era of the High Queen anymore, should I? That's right. I'm saying this more to protect your destiny than ours. When you go back to your own time, you can't bring back any knowledge that would create a paradox. The larger the paradox, the larger the resulting gaps in your memory will be. You don't want to lose your precious memories, right? So it's better if you avoid discussions of the future as much as possible. That being said, I really have to question this High Queen Morgan's judgment in handling calamities by sending them back to the past. Ah. Oh, ooh. If you hadn't defeated the calamity of Norwich in the future, then we would have found that giant hand thing you told us about on that beach instead of you, right? To coś nazywa się Manus, ojciec pustki. Talk about a close call. If it had been that thing we encountered, we might have lost the Knight of Londinium, who finally just appeared. In that sense, you've helped us out more than I can possibly say, Mash. Thanks to you and this Marcisław person saving us from that battle, our own battle should go much more smoothly. That's a battle you're fighting as the savior of Britain, right? Is that the battle from year 4000 of the Fey Era, or the War of Summer from Fey Era 2000? Masz, a ty znowu o przyszłości. What year is it right now? Huh? The War of Summer happened in Fey Era 10,000. The only war that took place in the year 2000 was the Yard dispute between the Earth and Wind clans, back when Britain was a lot smaller than it is now. Oh wait, I think I understand. Those year numbers must be backwards. In the time Mash is from, they probably count the Fey Era years backwards, starting from the first year of the Era of the High Queen. Szybko łapię jak na osobę, która dotychczas nie słyszała o czymś takim jak przed naszą erą. It may keep things simpler if we just talk about past events in terms of how many years ago they happened. The War of Summer took place 1600 years ago, which would make it Fey Era 2000 from your perspective, Mash. It was a massive invasion perpetrated by Ireland, the Isle of Shadows. That's kinda racist. It was the second attempt by the Northern Fairies to invade Britain. They were led by Queen Mab, who worked her human army like slaves. That was a really close call, wasn't it, Totorot? It sure was. They almost killed every clan in Britain. I don't know what we would have done if it hadn't been for you and the Black Knight, right, Black Knight? O kurde, on tu jest. O, jaki fajny serwant. Panie Nasu, możemy takiego? Best I can do is Don Quixote. True, Queen Mab was a very powerful fairy. And it's not just because she had Albion's protection, she also had a primordial strength about her that the Southern Fairies simply don't possess. Ace managed to buy us some time, but if she'd really wanted to wipe out the clans, there was nothing we could have done to stop her. But then, just as Mab was on the verge of victory, she proposed a truce out of nowhere. She then went on to occupy the vacant throne left behind by the Rain clan in Orkney and became the lord of the entire northern region. I see. Thank you for filling me in. By the way, may I ask who that is? This is Sir Black Knight, my escort. He and I have known each other for a long time now, haven't we? Indeed, ever since you first became a public figure. Ask and I have fought side by side for over 2000 years now. I don't know how much more I can take, even with this undying body. Succeed or fail, I really hope this is your last attempt to save Britain. Don't worry, it's going to work this time. all we have to do is make sure the coronation goes smoothly. I guess that's true. If this doesn't work, then nothing will. After 10,000 years of fighting, the clans have finally agreed to live peacefully under Britain's new king. Though I still find it hard to believe that a human of all people succeeded at unifying the 5 clans. Still, I suppose it makes sense, since fairies would never submit to another fairy's rule, if only we'd realized it sooner. Wait, hold on, did you just say Britain has a king? And a human, no less? That's right, Map's still grumbling about it though, says she's a much better... Poczekajmy, aż się wczyta. Better choice for Britain's king than some human. Well, you know how proud the Map can be, Totorot, and that's not even mentioning what happened with the War of Summer. But anyway, we are getting off track. Right now, Mash, we are in what you would call Fey Era 400. Which I guess means this High Queen Morgan will appear 400 years from now. I know I shouldn't think about it, but it's really hard not to. I know Uther is human, so he only has 10 more years left at most. So does that mean... his heirs will inherit the throne for 4 generations until Morgan emerges to assume the throne in 400 years? Is that even possible? I guess you don't know either, huh, Ace? Still, at least it sounds like this new king is successful at keeping peace between the clans. After all, in the Fairy Britain I know there is almost no inter-clan warfare whatsoever. Oh, I'm sorry. There I go talking about the future again. That one was fine, Mash. It's still within the margin of error. Anyway, there's still peace in the future, huh? That's good to hear. Up until now, Britain has been plagued for millennia with endless turf wars between the clans. To see that fighting end with our generation would be absolutely wonderful. It's all thanks to us, Murian and the Wing clan. It's all thanks to Murian and the Wing clan and Uther's coalition army giving the Earth, Wind, Fang and Mirror clans what for. Our only draw was with Map of the King clan, but now that Map's marrying Uther to unify their nations, the two of them together might just be invincible. Though I do feel just a little bad for Mab, since Uther so obviously loves you, Ace. Don't be silly, Totorot, of course he doesn't. Besides, once I see Uther take the crown and accept the bone bell from the clans, I'm going to go back to paradise. I think Uther and Mab make a great couple too. I'm sure the two of them ruling together will... Kurwa, co się dzieje? Bring peace to Britain for the next 400 years. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We still need to ensure the coronation in Londinium goes smoothly. Why aren't you using the cathedral in Salisbury for that, Ace? Isn't there far more history to be found there? Londinium may be an invincible fortress, but it still smells of blood. It's bound to attract Moors. If you ask me, Salisbury is still the safer choice. Maybe, but Salisbury is also closer to the pit. That place worries me more. No one in Britain knows what's at the bottom of the pit. No, the fairies of Britain fear it too much to even go near it. I'm the only one who can investigate what's inside, but it's much too deep for me to do so alone. If only there were someone brave and strong, with magical energy to match a fairy. Someone who wasn't from Britain but was still willing to help, then I could go investigate it right. Fajne tutaj jest takie, masz stoi obok i no jakby był tutaj ktoś spoza Brytanii, wink wink, i nie miałby w tym momencie nic do roboty, wink wink, może chciałby pójść ze mną mi pomóc, wink wink. Now. Ask, what is it? Of course, we do have someone like that now. Hooray! Change of plans, everyone. We are going to the pit. Right now. Mash and I are going to finally uncover the truth behind the greatest mystery in Britain. To się nie skończy dobrze. Brzmi jak problem. No, ale to była ta intersekcja. Wracamy do tej raźniejszości. Przypominam, że Eye of the Decisive Battle. Eve of the Decisive Battle. Cool. Ale to sugeruje, że Eve of the Decisive Battle będzie mieć też drugą część, a potem będzie już Decisive Battle. Section 14. Eve of the Decisive Battle. Part 1. Tintagle's Bell of Pilgrimage, which I've been hearing constantly for 16 years, rings in the distance. It's a crude, roughly hewn bell that looks nothing like the bells it's based on. It embodies the wish that the child of prophecy will one day grow strong and set off on her journey. Tintagel is a coastal village located north of Cornwall. It's a small, insignificant place. Both the High Queen and the clan heads tend to forget it exists. Caster, I brought you a new book. It's about etiquette for upper-class fairies. You should study it now, so that you will be ready when you leave for the castle one day. Let's see, do you mind if I put the table here? By the way, have your Fey markings grown yet? You will be 16 years old in only 2 more years, you know. I'm getting a little worried. Your journey is going to be hard enough as it is. I see you are working hard again today, Caster. You are so diligent, dedicated and innocent. You play just as hard as you study, and you always find whatever it is the village needs at any given moment. The other fairies could learn a thing or two from you. Just seeing you in action fills us with hope. Still, I'm afraid it's going to be difficult to pay this year's tax. Thankfully, we should be able to squeak by thanks to all your help. But at this rate, I'm worried Tintagel may cease to exist by the time you turn 16. What are we going to do? Why must you be so very... I swear, none of these fairies have any tact. I guess that's what happens when you've lived past your prime. Well, there's nothing wrong with saying what you don't like, saying when you don't like something. In fact, you should say so. Don't you agree, Caster? I mean, you don't want anyone treating you differently just because you are the child of prophecy either, right? So come on, let's do something fun. The Elder's not gonna mind if you just hang out for a little while. Did you hear there's a message caravan coming this way from the East Road? Maybe we can get musical instruments from Gloucester. If they have any, I'm sure they will sell to you. I mean, you are the child of prophecy. Oh, have you been growing? One of the older fairies was saying you grow and change over time, unlike the rest of us. It's so weird to think about, but I guess it's better that way. With the magical energy you have now, you couldn't even survive against a single black dog. So hurry up and grow as much as you can, okay? Until then, we will keep you safe. Everyone had such high hopes for me. It was a tiny village with no future, but they all believed in me, even though I didn't deserve it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm so weak. I'm sorry I couldn't be stronger. I'm sorry I couldn't protect our village. What's wrong with this village? I told them it was futile to fight back, yet they still tried to resist. Did they all go crazy? Forget the Tintagel fairies. Find the child of prophecy. We've embarrassed ourselves enough as it is. If we let her escape now, I will never be able to face Haiku Morgan. His voice was like thunder. It was the first time I'd heard a truly powerful fairy roar with anger. I was too scared to even try to fight. All I could do was run away by myself, crying. I'm sorry, Grandpa. I wish I could have stayed there with you. Jedna rzecz nie daje mi spokoju. Gdzie jest kurwa Merlin? It only took half a day to make it back to Salisbury. This new carriage is so much easier to pull. And now that we are fighting against the Queen, I have no intention of obeying the speed limit anymore. Dobre. No, jesteśmy wyjęci spoza prawa. Nie obowiązują nas limity prędkości. At this pace we could make it back to Londinium before sunset. What would you like to do? I think I need a little break. Seconded, I need to get out before my poor back and butt shatter completely. I could use a briefer too. I think I might be getting a little motion sick. Then why don't we rest up at Mike's restaurant? I've been wanting to talk to him about something anyway. How about you, Percival? I'm going to continue on to Londinium. I'm sure the Child of Prophecy will be welcome in Salisbury, but I don't think the same can be said for the commander of the Round Table Army. Huh? What are you talking about, Percival? There's a resistance movement in Salisbury too, right? Why don't you just work together? It's not that simple. The Round Table Army and the Salisbury Rebel Army are different organizations. They may be similar, but their goals aren't quite the same. Especially since Aurora is still publicly presenting herself as being on the Queen's side. If she did anything to hint that she's sympathetic to the Round Table Army, she'd be squashed like a bug. Clanhead or not. Guess that's true, yeah, but ain't it kind of bad luck to just be sitting on the sidelines at this point? Not at all, Lord Muramasa. I wouldn't expect Lady Aurora to choose anything else. Anyway, Kandri's telling me she still has plenty of energy, so I'm going to go on ahead to Londinium. Jakoś tak mają wyjebane w to, że Londyn jest w tym momencie oblegany. O beloved Child of Prophecy, O valiant Child of Prophecy, courageous Savior of Norwich, a quill to the Queen in Camelot. She's going to rebuild Londinium and defeat the Fairy Knights. Damn, that's a hell of a festival going on outside. I know, and it's all about Artoria. They are even selling pancakes that look just like her. Wreszcie te TikToki, Facebooki i cała reszta tych krótkich wideo z robienia naleśników przypominają. I will grab a dozen or so before we leave, okay? Da Vinci, you are finally back. Where were you? You said you were only going to be gone a little while, but it's been over 2 weeks. Oh, but never mind that. The important thing is you are back. I've got so many things I want to show you. I made a whole new menu. I've been getting along better with Wind Clan fairies. And I'm even hanging out with humans now. It's been really busy, but I'm having so much fun. I'm not racist. My best friends are even human. Hey Mike, sorry for making you worry. Still, don't you think you might be trying a few too many new things at once? You're the kind of fairy who concentrates best when you are on your own, so I think you'd be better off sticking to one thing at a time. You think? Well, maybe you're right, but one's just not enough anymore. After all the amazing things you taught me, Da Vinci, everything else just pales in comparison. Nie no, za kogo ty nas bierzesz, za Oberona? Oberon czeka na zewnątrz, bo wie co się stanie jak przyjdzie. Sheesh, how can I scold you after a compliment like that? Sorry Marcisław, but I need to stop by the kitchen and taste test Mike's new recipes. I just hope he hasn't used any overly strange seasonings this time. By all means, jednak jest. By all means, take your time. We will just be resting up in the back. Nice to see Da Vinci got a friend. Well, more of an apprentice, really. She said she got to know him while she was wandering around on her own. It at least means we can come and go as we please. That does make it perfect for having secret meetings here at the quiet little back table. Oberon? Yeah, I've got something serious to discuss. I know you all kept quiet about this after we left the Welsh woods, and I appreciate your consideration, but time is not on our side. Woodward's army still has Londinium surrounded, if we are going to defeat them. Yeah? I'm going to need a katana. Would you make me one, Muramasa? A, kurwa. Chciałem to ale nieważne. Ha? I'm a grown man, I can't keep fighting with a tree branch forever, and your katana's so cool. Do you think it'd be okay if I wore one on my waist too? Are you nuts? You don't carry a katana for looks. Besides, isn't iron dangerous for fairies? Don't worry, it would just be for show. I'd never actually use something that dangerous. That's worse, ya dumbass. I'm not gonna help you be a damn samurai cosplayer. The most you are getting out of me is a bamboo sword. Oh, Oberon. It's good to see Oberon feeling better again, isn't it, Marcisław? Yes, it is. It sounds like a joke, but he's really serious about this katana idea. Przez to jest jeszcze zabawniejszy. How could you do this to me, Muramasa? You are even stingier than I thought. Did you forget how you only beat bargains with my help? That's got nothing to do with this. I can't give you a katana when you don't even know how to use one. I gotta admit, you were pretty good in that fight though. When you said you weren't much good in a fight earlier, were you just being modest? Well, yes and no. I don't like pain, and my abilities make me much better at serving in a support role. Plus, I don't really want to draw attention away from the Child of Prophecy. If she'd thought her companions were more capable than she was, Artoria probably would have slunk back to Tintagel long ago. So I decided to avoid the limelight until she started feeling a little more confident. Good point. I probably would have just gone back to Tintagel if you had. Yeah. See? At any rate, that was my one foray into combat. I wasn't myself back there. The foreign mage is supposed to guide the Child of Prophecy, not me. I'm not going to overstep my bounds anymore. From here on, this battle is for the two of you to fight. Fuck, czyli nie będzie więcej Oberona na soporcie? Besides, now that the Welsh forest has been burned down, my part in all this probably just about over. Oberon? Guys, Mike just told me some big news. Huh? What's this? What's with all the long faces? Did you already hear about it from a patron or something? No, we haven't heard anything. What's this all about, Da Vinci? Well, some of the refugees from Norwich who escaped to Salisbury headed off to Londinium this morning to join the Round Table Army. Is it because we defeated Gawain? Yep, apparently news of her defeat has already made its way across Britain. I have an idea or two about who might have gone around spreading that rumor, but never mind that for now. The important thing is that people are starting to really put their faith in the Child of Prophecy now. The enemy thinks the Round Table army is just going to stay holed up in Londinium, but if we can muster enough fighters to go on the offensive, we can defeat Woodwoods before the Queen sends reinforcements. Exactly, though only if we keep getting more fighters from across the country. And if we are going to make that happen, we've got only one option. Can you do this for us, Oberon? Of course, besides you guys have already met the criteria Aurora laid out. All that's left now is for her to hold up her end of the deal. So let's go get your reward for saving Norwich. Oh fuck, alter ego? Ej, co tam było napisane? In this quest, the battle you fight will depend on the choices you make during the scenario. In addition, you will form your party immediately before the battle begins. Would you like to start the quest? The war has changed. Znaczy strzelam, że po prostu będę musiał wybrać jedną z postaci do pomocy mi, jak będziemy robić trening. Tak strzelam. Może być inaczej. Możemy na przykład wybrać, od której strony zaatakujemy wroga. W Rosji, jak byliśmy, mogliśmy wybrać, czy chcemy na przykład zabić takiego wielkiego wunsza, który produkuje wódkę samym swoim istnieniem, czy może obejść naokoło i zabić tylko parę wilków. Wiadomo, co wybrałem. That went great. Aurora didn't have any problem with letting us ring the bell. I was just reciting poetry when I heard the bell ring all the way outside town too. It was as crisp and clean as a crunchy carrot. Still, I can't help but worry about how Lady Aurora will be able to keep her position after this. Apparently, she plans to tell the Queen that we broke in and rang it while she was away. We will just have to trust that Aurora's diplomatic skills will be enough to carry her through such an obvious lie. Still, even if the Queen does start treating her as an enemy, so long as she can maintain plausible deniability until we defeat Woodwoods' army, we can then send Round Table army troops out to Salisbury to keep her safe in case the Queen's army shows up. Great point, and besides, Artorias rank 2 bells now. Even I can tell that her aura is incredible. Ma potężne riatsu. Everything from her strength to her power to her destructive force has increased like a billion times over. Gareth. To tylko na początku brzmi cool. Oh shit. Just so you know, I'm the strongest fairy ever now. Not even Barghest could stand a chance against me. Oh man, I can't believe you actually said that. I was so impressed. You think? I don't remember saying anything like that, but you really think so? What do you think, Marcisław, Oberon? Could I take Buggy one-on-one now? Możemy spróbować potem. Not likely. You're probably just a bit stronger than Tristan now, but Barghest is tough even without her gifted name. She still has at least 10 times the strength and skill you do, so going taking her on alone would be suicide. Right, of course. It's not like I was any better than trash to start with, after all. Now, that's better. Now, that's being way too hard on yourself. Marcisław's right. Your magical circuits. Oh, right. For fairies, they are called fey markings, aren't they? Anyway, no matter what you call them, you clearly have more of them now. For example, both humans and fairies alike are born with a set number of nerves. But in your case, instead of getting stronger through training like most people, you've gotten stronger because of an increase in the number of nerves you have. To jest najlepsze porównanie Magic Circuitów. It's completely unprecedented and makes you very, very special. That said, it also raises other questions. I've heard there are two kinds of fairies here. The ones that are based and the ones that are cringe. The kind whose appearance never changes from the time they are born. And the kind whose appearance changes at every stage of their life. By this point, I'm pretty sure you are the latter type. But there still aren't many past examples of a fairy's abilities growing this much. Though there have, of course, been cases where a loss of purpose or shine has led to a fairy losing magical energy. So how do you feel about these developments, Artoria? I wish I knew the answer to that myself. Well, maybe it's just because I'm the child of prophecy. I need some sort of edge if I'm really going to fulfill my calling. That does make sense. No, it doesn't. If a mediocre fairy like you is going to defeat a genius like Morgan, you pretty much have to cheat to stand a chance. What about you then, Oberon? How good a fighter are you anyway? Where is your katana, Oberon? I didn't have a chance to see in the forest, so why don't you show me what you can really do? I already said I'm not going to fight anymore, remember? Besides, who else I can fight? Who would I even fight? Okay, Muramasa, you are with me. Garrett, you are also with me. Red Rabbit, you are with me too. Da Vinci, you are with me. And Marcisław, you are of course with me too. Artoria, tak to nie działa. Zaraz przyjdzie pan serwer z Team Fortress i powie Teams have been balanced automatically. Okay, we have our teams. Let's go, Oberon. I'm going to kick your scrawny ass all up and down this field. Fine then, you will take my side, right, Marcisław? Mogę wybrać, czy chcę mu pomóc, czy nie. No, zobaczmy, co się stanie, jak powiem, że nie. Sorry about that. Strzelam, że mam wybrać, czy Oberon będzie mieć pomoc moich mojego Mystic kodu, czy nie. Teraz jest casterem, dopiero co był archerem. Powiedziałbym, że jakby zmieniał klasę w zależności od tego, z kim walczy, ale wybranie castera w tym momencie jest strasznie... Tak. Znaczy, Noble Phantasm Oberona działa tak, że on najpierw zadaje damage, potem usypia i jeszcze nakłada Invincible. Co ostatecznie wcale nie jest aż takie głupie, bo Sleep jest strasznie gównianym statusem. Znaczy, mamy w grze o wiele fajniejsze efekty, na przykład Meduza Lancer może sparaliżować. Jak sparaliżuje, to po prostu przeciwnik się nie może ruszać, może go lać po pysku do końca tury i tak się nie ruszy. Salisbury's bell has been rung. Now, I cannot yet declare this publicly, but as the head of the Wind clan I have accepted the Child of Prophecy as the rightful savior of Britain. Once she has rung all 6 bells, the Wind clan shall make our objections known to the Queen. Lecę na razie. Unfortunately, this also means that the horrors of war will one day reach Salisbury as well. Will you all accept my decision even if it should bring trouble to our doorstep? Of course, Lady Aurora, you needn't even ask. We cannot trust Queen Morgan with Fey Britain. We have all been eagerly awaiting this day for a long time now. I would expect no less from the guards of Salisbury. Your loyalty pleases me. The Child of Prophecy has returned to Londinium. Her battle with Woodwose will begin shortly. Things will start to change very quickly all across the land once she has rung Oxford's bell as well. Be sure to set your formations so that you are ready to deploy at a moment's notice. Huh? Excuse me, Lady Coral? Our formations are already set. We can leave for Londinium at any time. Shouldn't we go help them fight Woodwoods to show how strong Salisbury truly is? Watch your tongue. This is not your choice to make. Listen to me closely. The Fang clan have long been proud guardians of Britain. The Wind clan will never do battle with them. Our enemies are Morgan the Witch, the Earth clan, for the transgression they have committed, the Queen's supporters in Camelot who gorge themselves on peace, and the humans of the anti-fairy organization who don't know their place. Lady Aurora will not lead us into battle until Camelot is well and truly on the back foot. I will not tolerate anyone carelessly putting our fair city in danger. Salisbury will remain neutral until the time is right. Forget about the humans of Londinium. So, is that so Salisbury won't be punished if the Child of Prophecy should happen to lose? That is what I said. I trust there are no objections? Understood. We will not open Salisbury's gates to anyone, even refugees from Londinium. Really? I won't see the harm in that, Carol. Lady Aurora? It may be dangerous for us to take in soldiers from the Round Table army, yes. But civilians from Londinium who took no part in the battle would merely be refugees. It would be improper for me, as head of a clan, to simply turn aside people with nowhere else to go. Besides, if we were simply to leave the weak to their fates, on what grounds could we object to Queen Morgan's rule? But if we take in refugees, we will have to fight the Queen before the Child of Prophecy can complete her pilgrimage. It's okay, Coral, it won't be a problem. You saw Artoria for yourself, right? She's strong enough now to keep Londinium safe. Plus, she has Oberon and Marcisław with her as well. That said, if the Round Table army were somehow to fall in spite of all that, then the time for us to remain on the sidelines will have ended. For we will be honor-bound to protect the lives of the lives and freedoms of any fairies and humans who come from Londinium seeking refuge. Wow, that's so generous of you, Lady Aurora. You refuse to put us in danger by helping Londinium, yet you are still willing to help its people, even though they've tried so pointlessly to assert their independence. You truly are the perfect queen, Lady Aurora. You are one who can bridge the gap between fairies and humans. We of the Liberation Army vow to keep you and your city safe, even if it should cost us our lives. What are these inferior creatures saying? There's no possible way you could protect Salisbury or Lady Aurora by yourselves. Hey, it's no use. I knew humans were worthless. All I can do now is hope the Child of Prophecy succeeds. I hope she is able to ring all the bells of pilgrimage before it comes time to fight the queen. Lądek zdrój, obrona. Czas nadszedł. Z tym, że cały czas chapter nazywa się Eve of the Decisive Battle. Bo to nie jest wcale Decisive Battle. Decisive Battle będzie potem, jak pójdziemy wpierdolić Morgan. Poproszę, pan Ryder. Ej, w sumie, czy ostatni stream padł z powodu praw autorskich do muzyki? Nie. Czyli chyba mogę założyć, że już wolno puszczać muzykę z gry, jak powinno być od zawsze. Kolejny test. Aniplex chyba się jednak ogarnął w momencie, kiedy ich własne uploady zostały zdjęte przez to, że ustawili to jebane NDA.
見える場所にいるから ふむふむわかりました。芸術とは輝くものさ。危ないですね。
O fuck, mogłem włączyć Golden Rule.
黄金律にも種類があるのさ。オッケー。任せて。いくよ。頭上注意。気をつけたまえ。いくよ。いくよ。撃て撃て。発進準備完了だ。早く早くやります。あちらですか。どんな嵐であろうとも、どんな未来が待とうとも、これを突破するのが私たちの課題なのさ。ボンビアージョ、また会おう諸君。わかりました。せーの、降り注ぎます。
Patrol Unit Captain. Patrząc na wygląd, wielkość modelu to Super Giant.
Amen. あちらですか。オッケー。
A Super Giantom mówimy: połóż się, grubasku.私の方が強い。発進準備完了だ。早く早く。どんな嵐であろうとも、どんな未来が待とうとも、これを突破するのが私たちの課題なのさ。ボンビアージョ、また会おう諸君。あれはいつか見た終わりの星。多くの言葉、わずかなきらめき。どれほど遠く汚れても私は星を探すのです。さあ幕を開けてアラウンドカリバーン。 Jeszcze żyją.
険しく動かないでください。私の方が強い。雨の流れ。わかりました。
Coś tu lata.
壊れてる。
Pierwsze widzę klepkę na muchy, która ma takie ząbki na końcu. Do czego to jest, żeby się podrapać? Uczesać włosy? Fajne serduszko, ale ja potrzebuję trochę tych dobrych rzeczy. Kurde ten. I'm glad we managed to make it back before sundown, but man. It is just me, or are there way more people here now than before? It's not just you, there's been people powering in from the east and south gates since morning. And it's all cause you guys beat a fairy night. I couldn't believe the news when I heard either. I'm glad you are all back safe and sound. I wasn't worried you wouldn't make it, but it's still good to see you are all well. Is all this commotion because... That's right, they are all from Norwich. Some want to join our army, others just want to live here. Even this is only about half of everyone who showed up. There were so many that we had to have the rest stay at Norwich for the time being. That's right, I managed to sneak some inside Londinium under cover of night yesterday. But that won't work again. Now that Woodwus is sending out patrols, the rest will have to come once this battle's over, right? Pepe, you are here too? Of course, hon. Almost time for the final battle, isn't it? So I thought, why just sit around in Norwich waiting for a report when I could come see the action for myself? Thanks for everything, Count. Oh, no, you shouldn't go thanking me just yet. I have my own goals after all. I'm really just using you as bait here. Once the fighting begins in earnest, you are staying in Londinium until it's over, right? And if Beryl knows where his target is, he is bound to turn up sooner or later. For some reason, I can just tell when and where he will try to strike. He loves going after his victims when their guard is down, right after they've won a hard battle. So you're both cut from the same dirty cloth, huh? Well, long as this gets him out our hair, you won't hear me complaining. But don't go taking any serious risks, alright? If you die now, we are gonna have to go through the rigmarole of unifying Norwich again. Oh my, you are worried about me, Muramasi? That makes coming to Britain all the more worthwhile. Don't be an idiot. Since I'm the Child of Prophecy's bodyguard right now, I'd just rather be dealing with you than Spriggan. Sure thing on, whatever you say. Alright, since I'm technically affiliated with Chaldea, maybe it's time I go down to serious business. Percival, Artoria, Marcisław and Da Vinci. Would you come to the war room with me? I have a proposal for what comes after the prophecy. After the prophecy? Let me get right to the point. This Lostbelt isn't like the others. It's not going to go away even with its Tree of Emptiness destroyed. It was never part of human history long enough to be pruned away in the first place. Rather, this world is just as strong as proper human history, a new human history, not an empty one. Ironic that fantastical creatures like fairies became their own human history, isn't it? So you are saying this place isn't a lost belt, but a lost world. Kurwa. Britain's Tree of Emptiness may have burned down during the attack on Olympus, but it had long since stopped functioning. I think this Lostbelt escaped the Tree of Emptiness's cosmic fantasy about 2019 years ago. The first year of the era of the High Queen, when Morgan began ruling Britain. It's not the Tree of Emptiness. Co to było? A, to. It's not the Tree of Emptiness keeping this Lostbelt going, it's Morgan herself. But that also means that once we defeat her, this Lostbelt will go back to the way it was. And that should mean it will eventually be pruned away just like the others. That's true, at least for Britain, but not for its residents. Ja może to wyciszę, co nie? In the other Lostbelts, the fates of the people who lived there were inextricably tied to their surroundings. But that's not the case for this Lostbelt. If nothing else, we can be sure that fairies who were born during the era of the High Queen won't disappear even if they leave this Lostbelt. It makes sense, really, since this world is just as strong as proper human history. That's the difference I'm trying to point out. You mean they can imitate? Immigrate? Immigrate. That's right, humans who were made, I mean born in the land of the Fae, can only live here. But if they wanted to, the fairies of this land could immigrate to proper human history. Now do you get it? There's a possible future where you can all live together in peace and harmony. Ale ja nie chcę. Oni są cringe'owi. So... What's that all mean, Da Vinci? It means that even if defeating Morgan results in this Lostbelt disappearing, You could still survive if you came with us to the outside world. At least once we figure out how to get past that wall of light. Yep, you could either disappear with this place or start a new life in proper human history. The choice is yours, Artoria. In fact, you could abandon this whole child of prophecy thing and just leave right now. There's a whole other life waiting for you on Caldia's storm border if you want it. I'm kind of amazed you say that, Pepe, especially with Percival standing right here. Oh, I wouldn't have said it at all if Percy hadn't been here. I've already told him about proper human history, the Lostbelts, Chaldea, and the Tree of Emptiness. That's why I just told you, Marcisław and Artoria, about this as well. I wanted to get this all out in the open, so there'd be no hard feelings. Pretty fair of me, right? How do you feel about this, Percival? Well, I don't know nearly as much as the rest of you, so this may be pretty simplistic. But if Artoria wants to stop being the child of prophecy, that's entirely her choice. Really? Even though you went to all the trouble of creating the Round Table Army? Really, I chose to build the Round Table Army on my own. Nobody forced me to do it, and I don't intend to force anyone else to join. And besides, I really don't deserve to be their commander. Not after some of the things I've done. So please, believe me when I say you don't need to give up So please believe me when I say you don't need to give up, you won't. So please believe me when I say you don't need to give up what you want for us. Besides, now we know that we can still help the fairies of Britain escape to the outside world, even without defeating the Queen. And isn't just knowing that an option a big step forward for Fairy Britain? Well, yeah, I guess so. But I still don't think that's good enough. Morgan will never just sit back and let everyone walk away. If we are really going to save the fairies of Britain, there is no getting around the fact that we will have to defeat Morgan Le Fay. Where the Le Fay part come from? I'm pretty sure that means the fairy in The Legend of King Arthur. Miałem bardziej na myśli skąd Artoria to zna, ale nieważne. The Fay part changed over time to Fay in modern day English, although I haven't seen a single other fairy called Morgan that since I've been here. I see, so you still want to defeat Queen Morgan, just like the prophecy said, huh, Artoria? Looks like I'm with you on the bitter end. To the bitter end, then. If as a crypter I'm going to settle things with Beryl, then I guess as Marcisław's nosy senpai, I have a right to interfere in your affairs too. Okay, that's enough serious talk for now, and while I trust this goes without saying for the record, if Artoria plans to continue on her path as the Child of Prophecy, we'd best keep this conversation between ourselves. It wouldn't be very good for morale if the rebels found out they could just escape the world itself, would it? Okay, let's discuss matters as they stand. We may have more soldiers to work with thanks to the volunteers from Norwich, but we can't deploy them right away. They will likely need more training, and it will take time to establish lines of communication and integrate them into our existing forces. Well, sure, I'd be foolhardy to send over 100 new troops into combat without any practical training. So does that mean we are going to focus on defense while we train the new troops instead of making a surprise attack on Woodwoods' army? That would be the safest option, if we have time to take it. Once the Queen sends Woodwoods' reinforcements, it'd be much more difficult to hold Londinium's line of defense. So instead we are going to pretend to focus on defense while a small squad of elite soldiers from my company, along with Etoile and Kenwood's platoons, take a day to sneak around behind the enemy's forces. Once they are ready, I will send out my company along with the volunteer soldiers from Londinium to pad their numbers. Then, while the enemy is focused on Londinium, our unit will ambush Woodwoods himself and take him out. Once their clan head has fallen, the other fairies should lose their sense of purpose. It's one of the weaknesses shared by all clan affiliate fairies. I'm not a huge fan of this strategy, but exploiting that weakness is our best move. Then does that mean we are going to settle this tomorrow night? That's right. Our assault unit will set out from Londinium before dawn. As for all of you, I'd like you to stay here and protect the castle walls just in case. What if we went with you? I appreciate the offer, but you see, we will be marching upstream through the river. Since none of you are used to traversing that kind of terrain, I'm afraid you'd exhaust yourselves before we even reached our destination. Okay, you got it. I think we can be of help defending Londinium. You obviously know what you are doing when it comes to skirmishing on level ground. So just leave things here to us and focus on winning your fight. I will, thank you, Lady Da Vinci. I swear on this sacred spear that I won't come back without defeating Woodwoods. Ooh, that's a flag. Nyan. What? Is that Oberon? Surprised? I might be a half-wit with a perpetual painless smile plastered across his face, but even I fly into a rage if you burn down my domain. But, Oberon doesn't play fair. The trap he planted in the woods makes a mess of Barghest's shin. Why are you sitting on that desk with a quill pen? Oh, it's you, Marcisław. I'm just writing in my diary. I have an atrocious memory, so I always write the day's events as entertainingly as possible. What about you? Why did you come to the war room when nobody else was around? Did you feel so guilty about the festivities going on in the town plaza that you thought you'd escape up here? You can tell. You're worried about Marsh, right? I get it. That's easy not to think about her during a battle, but at times like this, you can't help it. I know I keep saying this, but you and Marsh will see each other again, I guarantee it. I can't tell you where she is or how she's doing, but I can tell you she is with someone trustworthy, a heroic spirit from proper human history who you've both met before. All you have to do is help her Artoria. That's the quickest way you will be reunited with Marsh. O kim ona mówi? But I thought Morgan had taken Marsh prisoner. Looks like no one else is listening right now, so I guess I can tell you this much. Yeah, Morgan teleported Marsh, but she sent her somewhere not even Morgan herself can touch her. Morgan can't capture anyone. All she ever does is send them off somewhere else. But that's nothing an outsider like you needs to worry about. All you guys have to do is defeat her. As for me, all I care about is my bride. I'm helping you all as part of helping her. After all, you can't have a happy bride without a handsome groom, right? So I can't have you dying on me, for both me and Marsh's sakes. 'Cause my dream is to see you with 100 happy brides. So what number is Marsh? 2. Marsh makes 1. Kurde, za dużo jej dałem. I don't know about the habitat from proper human history, but my dream started with Marsh. If you know any servants who are worried about planning their wedding, you'd be doing them a favor by introducing me to them. I can tailor any dress, no matter how impossible it seems. A to dlatego jest ten komiks na Reddicie, że gość bierze losową panienkę z Kaldei i stawia ją w tą sytuację. Bo to robi aż za dużo sensu. Man, woman, human, monster, whatever they are, if they dream of being a bride, I will be there to help. There she is! Hey you! The really energetic fairy. Huh? Are you talking to me? Do you not know my name's Garrett? Garrett, huh? What a great name. It's nice and short, but it's also really courageous sounding. Thanks, but it's actually just the name I'm going by. Nobody actually gave it to me. Anyway, you are probably here to see Artoria, right? It might been too hard for a kid to break through the throng of soldiers that were surrounding her in the town square area, huh? Wait here, I will go get... Nah, we don't wanna see her. The Child of Prophecy's already got Percival and the grown-ups. We just wanna talk to you. Me? But why would you want to? Just come with me, okay? Everyone's waiting for you. Huh? Don't tug on my sleeves. I will go with you, okay? She's here. Sam brought the charging lady back with him. Oh, so many human kids. They must have come here seeking refuge. Huh? This is the castle smithy, right? Yep, we are helping out Granny cause there aren't enough grown-ups to go around. Hey, Nan, I brought her. Come on, do the thing. Yes, I know. Would you mind coming here, young lady? The children asked me to make you a set of armor. Oh. I tried to tell them no, but they weren't having it. Huh? Armor? For me? Why, is this a mithril shield? Not even a queen's knights get to use this. What are you thinking? I can't accept something so valuable. You should be giving this to Artoria. Someone as worthless as me doesn't deserve... Worthless? Well, that's not nice. You don't believe what these children saw in you? They were all abandoned by Norwich, but they scrapped together everything they had to buy the materials for me to make this for you. They know you are not Percival or the Child of Prophecy. They were entranced by the sight of your tiny form fighting valiantly on the battlefield. Well, do you still insist you are worthless? But I don't even know what kind of fairy I am. I'm just a weird stray. So, what does that mean? What does that matter? Fairies are fairies, right? Who cares how you were born or what your role's supposed to be? You protected Londinium for us. The first time you came here, you stood up for Yuri when she was crying because she tripped and spilled the fruit in her basket. You saved Samaria when she went out to look for food and almost got captured by Wudus's soldiers. Humans who were changed to be kids like us have no way of helping out in battle. And we only have around 6 months left to live. Nobody else ever protected us. Changed to be kids. 6 months left to live. Brzmi chujowo. But you didn't care about any of that. You still fought as hard as you could to help us. That's why we wanted to thank you. Go on, Samaria. Here you go, Miss Knight. Thanks for saving us all those times. You're always charging headlong into danger, right? We've been worried about you this whole time. That's why we asked Nan to make you this armor, so you wouldn't get hurt anymore. Me? You want me to wear this so that I don't get hurt? Even though you guys are covered in bruises? You see? These children don't care at all about what kind of fairy you are. I wasn't of much use anymore in Norwich either, so I ended up here while I was looking for a place to die. But once I had something to do again, it was like I had never left the forge. I used to think our purpose was something we were born with. But the truth is, having people depend on you or helping those around you can help you become a new person, the person you need to be. There you are, Gareth. Shall we get started with your training? Today I want to work on polishing your charge attack and the speed that goes into it. You've got good instincts, so you should be able to tell what your opponent is going to do before... Gareth, is something wrong? You don't look very happy. Oh no, I'm fine. It's nothing. That's right, it was nothing. O, ledwo widać tą łzę. What I wanted wasn't to save Britain, or anything so grand as that. It really was nothing, the kind of ordinary thing anyone could do. I see, so those are tears of happiness. I'm glad you found people you care about and who care about you. Shall we give training a pass then, since it's such an important day? No way, I'm going to train twice as hard now. I still have a lot of fighting left to do. I'm a Knight of Londinium after all. Ha! A Knight of Londinium, eh? What a thing to say. You never fail to surprise. Huh? Don't laugh at me just because you are stronger than I am. It's rude. I'm serious about this. Alright, I'm sorry. I guess you wouldn't know about that. See, the Knight of Londinium was actually a specific person back in the Fey era. He was a human king known as the last knight who fought the fairy clans and won. And he was Ask the Savior's lover. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I had no idea. I guess I was the one being rude. Hey, there's nothing wrong with Knight of Londinium. It's a lot better than Round Table Army. And for what it's worth, I think it suits you better too. After all, you really are trying to protect Londinium. I didn't say anything back then because I could tell it wasn't a good time. But you never did tell Artoria and Marcisław what happened when you fought Lancelot in the Welsh woods, did you? Back then... I can read her next move, but I'm too slow to guard against it. She is just too fast for human eyes to follow. Huh, I'm surprised your arm's still attached. You've grown, if only a little. It doesn't matter though, you could never hope to catch up to me. My physical capabilities, my magical energy levels, my time, I surpass you in every way. So come on, just give up already. I guess that's too much to ask though. You never could listen, even when you were a child. There's no point in me saying this, but I will say it anyway. Don't use that spear, Percival. It's too much for a human to handle. This is just a hunch, but... Did you happen to know Lancelot from somewhere, Percival? O kurde. Yes, Lancelot and I were actually students at the same place. We trained together for a few years, but that's all. I'm sorry for making you worry over nothing. Now I'm just Percival, commander of the Round Table Army. Lancelot and I are enemies now. We have nothing to say to each other, and no intention of holding back. Don't worry, the next time we fight, I will beat her. Especially since I'm sure you and all the others will be there to help me too. We heard all about what you did in Norwich. Not even Morgan could defeat a Morse the size of a castle. Thank you, but I can't take all the credit for that. I could never have done it without the foreign mage, the Knight of Sheffield, and everyone else who helped us. That last battle we fought was incredible. My body felt light as a feather, but my sword hit harder than ever. With magecraft like yours, Lady Artoria, we have nothing to fear from a coward like Woodwose. Thank you, but I'm afraid my magecraft doesn't last very long, so please don't get too far from us. And if you ever start to feel tired, please retreat immediately. Could you tell us what happened in Gloucester, Child of Prophecy? Is it true that you gave Tristan both a verbal beatdown and a physical one? She's killed countless fairies for no reason, and nobody's been able to stand up to her since she's the Queen's daughter. Every fairy in Britain has been waiting for her to finally get what's coming for her. Now that you've beaten Barghest, I hope you can defeat that horrible fairy knight next. Yes, if I get the chance, I certainly will. Besides, I will need to face all the fairy knights sooner or later. So when the time comes to fight Queen Morgan's daughter, I will make sure she faces justice for everything she's done. Oh, that sounds amazing. I can't wait. You really are the undefeated king, the savior of the battlefield. 3 cheers for the Child of Prophecy, 3 cheers for Lady Artoria. The fact that they are also nice makes this twice as tiring as usual. I haven't had to do this stuff since Tintagel. I'd forgotten how hard it is. I hope I did okay. I hope they didn't realize I actually have no idea what I'm doing. Don't worry, none of them had a clue. That was some great acting. I should know the Child of Prophecy would know how to work a crowd. Is that how you handled them back in your hometown too? I wasn't like that. Yikes, you must have it even worse than I thought. Usually you'd be beating my head off for that remark. What's going on? Something got you so down you can't even snap at me? Huh? Now you are being all considerate, Muramasa? Feels even worse than your teasing. That's so? Well, don't let me interrupt your pity party. Clearly, no reason to worry about you. I'm sorry, I was just kidding. Honestly, I know you really are concerned about me. And sorry for making you worry, but I do really appreciate it. Now, what I'm really worried about is the battle tomorrow. How are we supposed to win if our leader's staring at her feet all glum instead of watching the enemy? Oh, I see. Well, that's too bad. But really, you don't have to worry about me. I'm just a little tired from all the fighting we've been doing lately. Plus, all these roundtable army people are just a lot more excited about this than I am. I mean, they all have their own important reasons for being here. Some want to fight for fair and human freedom, some want revenge on the Queen, some want a better tomorrow. Those are all good reasons, but they are so serious it's hard for me to keep up. I mean, I'm only here because I'm the child of prophecy. Sure, I like to fight and I'm good at it, but it's embarrassing to be put on so high a pedestal. You are good at it. Nonsense. There's no way anyone who actually likes fighting would have wanted something like that. Even Marcisław wanted a holy grail. Even Marcisław wanting a holy grail was a damn sight better than that. Huh? You saw what I wanted, Muramasa? Of all the things you could have desired, that was all you wanted? So what if you are the child of prophecy? If you wanna act how you think everyone expects, fine, but if nobody else is gonna say this, I will. Artoria, you are not cut out for fighting. But if I quit, I would be letting everyone down, right? So it's okay. I will be fine. I know I'm in over my head and I still have no confidence in my ability to actually pull this off, but I'm sure I can at least figure out how to ring the bells of pilgrimage, so I'm going to keep doing my best to be a good child of prophecy. To się nie kończy. Okay, that takes care of my report to the border. What are you doing up this late, Marcisław? Everyone besides the lookouts is sleeping now. I was just about to turn in too. Well, if you are having trouble sleeping, do you want to talk about whatever's on your mind? What do you think Pepe meant by humans not being able to migrate outside the Lostbelt? Oh, that. Okay, I guess this was bound to come up eventually. When Pepperoncino said that humans born here can only lie here, I think that he really meant to say was humans who were made in Fairy Britain can't survive outside it. You've seen a lot of different sides to the land of the Fae by now. Well, one of them is those prisons they call human ranches. You don't know what's really going on at those places, right? They are factories where humans are made. Right, the large facility Artoria told us now not to look at was a giant human manufacturing plant. At first I thought they were being made just like homunculi. I've realized as I've been studying the humans here that isn't the case. Every human here is a clone made from rearranging the DNA of one human. Even though they started out with only one human for the base material, they were able to come up with hundreds of millions of variations over repeating rearrangements and duplications. Enough enough variations to rival the sheer variety of people found in proper human history. The difference is that humans made here can't reproduce, and their lifespans are predetermined. I don't think the lifespan part was intentional. There's probably only so much their cells can take. When I first got to Salisbury, I remember finding it odd that there weren't any elderly humans around. There were plenty of elderly fairies, sure, but no elderly humans. But that alone isn't enough reason to say they can survive, right? True, the real proof rests in the era that original human was born. The era of the High Queen, Morgan's reign, began after the Tree of Emptiness died. When she took over Britain, it became a lost world instead of a lost belt, a whole other chronicle theoretical phenomenon, basically. That means anything born in this era could survive in proper human history too. But Fey-era Britain was a lost belt supported by a Tree of Emptiness and subject to the pruning theoretical phenomenon. Anything born in a lost belt can't survive outside it. Of course, if a being is able to cross that boundary into a higher level phenomenon, like being inscribed in the Throne of Heroes, that would let them survive in proper human history as well. But obviously that's not the kind of thing just anyone can do. This is just speculation on my part, but I'd guess this Britain didn't originally have humans. Now that they've been essentially created here, fairies and humans have switched roles. Here fairies are real and humans are the fantastical, made-up creatures. That's why humans from Fairy Britain can't survive in a reality-based proper human history. Whatever feelings you have about how humans are treated here are yours. You can want to change things, or you can want to give up, but you shouldn't impress your own morality upon them. Even if their lives seem like a fleeting illusion to outsiders, they are still very real to them. As for their age limits, well, every life form's time has to come to an end someday. It's kind of sad that these people won't get more time, sure, but that's all it is. Sad, it's nothing you need to grieve over. The important thing is everyone's life is where they are trying to go, and how far they manage to go. And I don't mean a literal physical distance, I mean a big picture reason to exist. The kind of ultimate destination point that says, this is the kind of species we were. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure I fully grasp what you said. Well, of course, I'm a peerless genius, created by a peerless genius, you know. Anyway, I'm more worried about the opposite situation. Humans from Fairy Britain might not be able to leave, but fairies could if they wanted to. Just like how Morgan said she was going to expand her territory. There could be fairies here who would want to come over into proper human history. And if one of them should be evil enough to be considered an evil of humanity, that could be what leads to the collapse. Right, here, take another look at this mural. Remember what it was called? The Abyssal Worm. In general, legends like this that have been passed down in Fairy Britain are prophecies made by the Mirror Clan. So there's a very good chance this mural is based on one of those very prophecies. One where the 6 clans gather around to worship an enormous beast in a land with no gods. Bardziej mnie zastanawia to coś na dole. To są smocze kości. To coś tutaj mogłoby być jego skrzydłem. I didn't say anything when we first found this mural because there were so many other people around. But look at these markings underneath it. The fairies here probably don't know what it says because it's not written in fairy language. But these are probably hieroglyphs which predate even the Hebrew writing system. I'm guessing they were either written here about 14,000 years ago, during one of proper human history's ancient civilization eras, or someone used them deliberately and more recently to pass on a message that would only be understood in the future and only by humans at that. Can you read that? Of course, they form a single word. Cernunnos. It's the name of an ancient Celtic god and proof that gods did once exist in the land of the Fae. Bóg zbiorów. Plonów. Czy coś. Jesteśmy dzisiaj na której? Na 13? To tempo nam trochę spadło. Dobra, jutro polecimy dalej z Eve of Decisive Battle 1 i jak pewnie nazwa wskazuje, zrobimy też Eve of Decisive Battle 2. Dobra, mam nadzieję, że się podobało. Zostawcie lajkę, jeżeli tak. Do zobaczenia jutro. Kochani dzieci Boże, siema.